Hi, I'm Rachel Lovell with Rachel Lovell Astrology, and today I'm going to be talking about Saturn through the 12 houses. Saturn takes about 29.5 years to orbit the Sun. That's about 2.5 years in each house. Saturn is associated with Kronos, and in ancient astrology, Saturn is associated with both Aquarius and Capricorn. Saturn represents restriction, obstacles, limitations, oppositions. In the zodiac, Saturn is across from Leo and Cancer, represented by the Sun and the Moon, and are the luminaries. Saturn is discipline, depression, decay, death. I think I said obstacles and blockages, big time blockages. And he is the Lord of Karma. Saturn is also the timekeeper, and that's what Kronos was, the god of time. He is our greatest teacher. Saturn, I would like to invite you to look at Saturn as a teacher, as opposed to what he gets a bad rap for. His transits tend to be quite difficult, especially on the angles and the 8th house. But the transits, they do tend to be hard, but I really want to invite you to look at Saturn as one of the greatest teachers that we have, one of the biggest soul's evolution that you're going to experience. Saturn builds brand new foundations. Saturn leaves many gifts at the end of his transit, at least from my experience and from what I've seen. Wherever Saturn's transiting, whether it be in friendships, money, joint finance, or higher education, whichever house he's going in, if there are blocks or if there are holes in these situations, in these themes of your life, Saturn comes in and he forces a spotlight on it, and he forces you to restructure these areas of your life. So if he goes into the house of friendships and you have friendships that are no longer serving you, you're probably going to see the end to those friendships, and get new friendships that are healthy for you and that help you. Same with relationships, same thing. If he goes into the house of finance or joint finance and this area needs mad restructuring, by the end of that transit, you're going to be in a completely new place where it comes to finances and joint finance. So I really, when I look at Saturn, I look at him like not just the teacher, not the favorite teacher, like not the grade 2 teacher that you go in, he's just like rainbows and butterflies and you just love being in his class. It's not that teacher. No. He is the college professor that you go in. It's very serious. It's a very serious tone. And there's no goofing around in the class. But when you finish that class, when you leave, you have a brand new understanding that is bulletproof, solid foundation on whatever it is that you are learning from him. So, I'm going to go through all of the houses, and this is my first series. I was really drawn to do Saturn. I'm very drawn to Saturn. The biggest changes in my life have come through my Saturn transits. They have been, they've restructured me as a person, and he is the Lord of Karma, and paying back karma is it's not easy, but there's freedom in that. There is so much freedom in paying off karma and paying our dues and building solid foundations in all areas of our life. So I find Saturn, or I think of Saturn as a blessing. I'm sure he's not done with me. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the 12 houses. If you don't know what house Saturn is, you're going to go by your rising sign. and you can find that on astro-seek.com. You can go ahead and find your rising sign, and if you drop a comment below, I can let you know which house Saturn is transiting in your chart. Welcome back. We're doing Saturn in the 7th house today. I have dropped this series for almost a year, so I'm back at it. I really want to come up here and finish Saturn. I absolutely love Saturn. So I really want to get that information out there for anybody interested. So Saturn in the 7th house. The 7th house is the house of other. It's the house of partnerships, marriage, business, contracts, business partners. It is where the descendant lies. Your ascendant should be in the 1st house if you're if you work from your ascendant. So yeah, marriage, spouses, relationships, anything contractual partnerships can be associated with unions, intimacy. Some people say it's the house of open enemies. So Saturn going through your 7th house is naturally a test on contractual partnerships and relationships. Saturn exposes all the cracks, right? So while Saturn is transiting your 7th house, it can be eye-opening for you about the other. You can start seeing relationships through more of a Saturnian eye, like, mature, a critical lens. Issues may arise within marriages, cracks are shown, but Saturn's there to help you build the firmest foundation possible. So it's a blessing if cracks are exposed for you to be able to fix that foundation. At times, not all foundations are repairable. It is known as kind of the marriage and divorce house. So Saturn transiting this house can bring forward if that is where your relationship's at. And you wouldn't just be hearing this from me now, you would already know this. So it wouldn't be news. If it's not a strong foundation, you're going to be rebuilding, you're going to be putting in the time, counseling, efforts with building that strongest foundation you can in all of the partnerships in your life. You can't get married while Saturn's in this house. A very serious union, right? If you meet somebody while Saturn's transiting this house, it'll probably be a Saturnian type person, a very serious individual. They say they're going to meet you at 8 o'clock. They meet you at 8 o'clock. They say they're going to be somebody there somewhere. They're going to be there. Reliable, dependable. Think Saturn, right? Drawing in those serious partners. But also it could give blockages to meeting somebody. So while Saturn's there, you may not really have luck meeting anybody if you're single. And likewise, you could meet a business partner. This is actually the time when I met my business partner, and she was a very serious person, with our business, I was front end, she was back end. She, put together all the books and did all the stuff that I couldn't do. And she was a wonderful business partner. Your soulmate could come in. Saturn's there if there's other planets lining up, like if Venus, Jupiter make a transit through there and hit Saturn, maybe a soulmate walks in. You could have just massive changes within partnerships within your life. It could bring in, new business ventures, new ways of creating resources, bringing in new people into your life that are going to be at the same level as you. So it's not like a hierarchy. It would be somebody at the same level as you. So at the end of this transit, when Saturn leaves, you are going to have solid foundations in all of your partnership relationships. If something is not meant to make it through this time, you already will know, the writing will already be on the wall, and it's and you will be able to release that during this time. And we got a kitty. Oh, this is Libby. So you'll be able to release that in that time, and moving forward. So Saturn he's our teacher. He's here to he's karma. So it's here to move us forward in life, to expose things, to help us build, and to ultimately help us. So that's Saturn through the 7th house.